What's up, Broncos Country? You're about to discover why the Denver Broncos are 3 plays away from becoming the most feared team in the NFL in 2025. And look, I know what you're thinking, another over-promising video about the Broncos. But hold on there, partner. Bo Nix just did something that no rookie quarterback has accomplished since Peyton Manning in 2015. And I've got exclusive statistics that nobody is talking about. T.J. Ward, Super Bowl 50 champion, just dropped a bombshell about Bo Nix's future that will completely change how you see this team. And there's a devastating detail involving the defense that could explode in the coming weeks. Stick with me until the end, because what I'm going to reveal at the 8-minute mark will blow your mind. Let me tell you about something that's happening right under our noses here at Mile High, while everyone's keeping their eyes on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Denver Broncos are building a war machine that's going to surprise the entire league in 2025. And no, this isn't blind fan hype. These are facts, man. The Broncos closed the 2024 season with an 8-2 record, the best start since that magical 2015 campaign when we hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. You know what that means? This team isn't just improving, it's dominating. The defense is playing at a level we haven't seen since the days of Von Miller and T.J. Ward, destroying offenses left and right. Speaking of which, Ward, who lived through those glory days, gave a devastating interview recently. The guy who helped build the most feared Orange Crush of the past decade looked at this current roster and said something that gave me chills. Bo Nix has the potential to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. Coming from someone who played alongside Peyton Manning, that's no small thing, partner. But here's the twist that nobody's noticing. While everyone's demanding immediate production from Bo Nix, there's a phenomenon happening behind the scenes that could change everything. Sean Payton, the coach who transformed Drew Brees into a legend, is doing with Bo the exact same polishing process he did in New Orleans. And all the signs are there. Let me give you the real numbers, because statistics don't lie. Bo Nix, in his rookie year in 2024, completed enough passes to accumulate numbers that put him among the best rookie quarterbacks in Broncos history. According to analyses from ESPN and The Athletic, Nix showed something that separates the great from the mediocre: efficiency under pressure. The guy had a turnover rate of just 1.8%, 5th best among all quarterbacks in the league. That means while other rookies were giving the ball to the opponent, Bo was protecting possession like a 10-year veteran. And on deep passes, my friend, 93.1 rating on throws over 20 yards. 8th best in the entire league. But here comes the problem that's driving Broncos Country crazy: inconsistency. One game, Bo looks like the next Josh Allen. The next, it looks like he's back in college. Against the Las Vegas Raiders in Week 10, he completed just 48.6% of his passes. It was painful to watch. Fans even booed at Empower Field at Mile High. And you know the situation is critical when the most loyal fan base in the NFL starts booing at home. T.J. Ward, always with that perspective of someone who's lived through the pressure, kept it real. Give this kid some time. This society is so instant gratification. Tom Brady sat on the bench for 2 years. Peyton Manning didn't do well in his early years. Stop writing off these quarterbacks after one bad game. And he's right, man. The problem isn't necessarily Bo. The problem is that Sean Payton is trying to fit an extremely complex system into a second-year quarterback. These are formations, audibles, pre-snap reads that would make even veterans break a sweat. It's like asking someone to learn Mandarin in 3 months and then teach at a university. Now, while the offense is in this adjustment phase, there's one side of the field that's simply unstoppable. The Denver Broncos defense in 2025 is playing at a level that makes the Orange Crush of the 70s and 80s look like a high school team. No, seriously, Patrick Surtain, too, just won Defensive Player of the Year. The guy is simply an island. No receiver wants to be covered by him. And look, he bounced back from a somewhat quiet 2023 season to become the cornerback with the highest coverage rating among all qualified players in the league. According to PFF WR, wins above replacement, PS2 was the most valuable non-quarterback player in the entire NFL. Let that sink in. But it's not just him. Nick Bonito is playing like he's possessed. The guy is among the league leaders in sacks, pressuring quarterbacks like he's Von Miller 2.0. And Jonathan Cooper, 7.5 sacks on the season, 5th best in the NFL. The Broncos' pass rush is making quarterback life a nightmare. According to analysts from The Athletic, this defense is among the 3 best in the league in all major metrics: points allowed, yards per play, third down conversion. It's a wall, man. Against the Houston Texans in Week 9, they held the Texans' offense to 3 of 17 on third downs. 3 of 17. That's humiliation. And there's a crucial detail. This defense is doing all this without relying on crazy blitzes. Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, is getting pressure with just 4 rushers. That means there are 7 players in coverage every play. It's almost impossible to find space against this scheme, Ward explained. Bonito and Cooper wouldn't start on our 2015 team because we had Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware. But Zach Allen would definitely be in the interior. Rotation, that shows the insane level this defensive roster has reached before. I tell you the secret that's going to blow your mind about the Broncos playoff strategy. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, because I'm bringing exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else about Broncos Country. And leave in the comments, do you think Bo Nix can become one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL? I want to know your opinion, partner. Now, what I'm about to tell you will completely change how you view this Broncos season. All right, now that we've talked about the wonders, let's address the elephant in the room. Because if there's one thing I've learned following this team, it's that just talking about winning doesn't solve anything. We need to face the problems head on. The Denver Broncos offense is among the worst in the league in production during the first 3 quarters. This isn't exaggeration, it's pure statistics. According to data from the Denver Post, the Broncos have a point differential of -1 in the first 3 periods. But in the fourth quarter, plus 60. That's insane. What does that mean? The team is depending on last-minute miracles to win games. And look, it's incredibly exciting to watch these comebacks. That historic 33-point comeback in the fourth period against an opponent, breaking an NFL record of 1,602 consecutive games, was spine-tingling. Bo Nix became the first quarterback in history to rush for 2 touchdowns and throw for 2 more in the same fourth period. But here's the real deal. That's not sustainable, man. You don't get to the Super Bowl depending on miracles every week. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs don't do that. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles don't do that. Championship teams dominate from start to finish. The problem, according to ESPN insiders, lies in Sean Payton's philosophy. The guy is obsessed with perfection. He wants every play executed to the millimeter. That works with a veteran, Drew Brees, who had 10 years of experience in the system. And with Bo Nix, it's handcuffing the kid. Ward touched on this in the interview. There's a lot going on in that offense. Sean is used to playing with Drew Brees, one of the smartest quarterbacks we've ever seen. But Bo needs time. It's almost as if Payton is trying to force Bo to be something he's not ready to be yet. Another Achilles heel, protection. Quinn Miners is a monster at guard, second best rating among all qualified guards in the league, according to Pro Football Focus. But the rest of the line, it's leaving something to be desired. Bo Nix is being sacked at a concerning rate. And when you have a young quarterback who's already struggling with confidence, putting him on his back all the time doesn't help. Alex Palczewski and Luke Wattenberg need to improve fast if this team wants to go far. And there's the running game, which was supposed to be the offense's equalizer. R.J. Harvey came in with huge hype, 22 rushing touchdowns in 2024 at UCF. J.K. Dobbins, when healthy, is dynamic. But the truth? The Broncos are ranked 17th in rushing yards per game. That's mediocre. Without a dominant running game, defenses can focus on stopping the pass. And with Bo still developing, this creates a vicious cycle, one-dimensional offense that becomes predictable. Here's the real problem keeping fans up at night. Time is running out. The Broncos have one of the youngest and most dominant defenses in the league right now. But windows of opportunity in the NFL close fast. Patrick Surtain, too, is going to want a huge contract soon. Nick Bonito, too. Jonathan Cooper, likewise. The Walton Penner ownership has infinite money. Literally, they own Walmart. But the salary cap doesn't forgive anyone. You can't keep all the studs. So the question nobody wants to ask, but everyone is thinking is, will this window close before Bo Nix is ready? But here's where the story gets interesting. Because while there are these problems, there are also signs that something special is being built. And I'm going to show you why. Look, Bo Nix isn't perfect. Far from it. But the guy has something you can't teach. Competitiveness. The kid hates losing. And in the moments that matter, he shows up. Those 33 fourth-quarter points weren't luck. They were decision-making, precision under extreme pressure, and unshakable confidence. When the game is on the line, Bo Nix transforms. That's champion DNA, man. And there's another detail that goes unnoticed. Bo is improving every week in reading defenses. According to Cortland Sutton, 590 receiving yards on the season, team leader, Bo is seeing things on the field he wasn't seeing at the beginning of the season. He's growing fast. Sean Payton, despite all the system's complexity, is starting to simplify certain things, giving more play-action plays, more rollouts. Bo can use his legs. And when that happens, the offense flows. Marvin Mims Jr., the speedster who can take the top off any defense, is getting more targets. When Bo connects with Mims on deep routes, it's almost a guaranteed touchdown. That opens up the entire field, creates space for the other receivers. Now, forget everything I said about the offense for a second. Because defenses win championships, always has been, always will be. The 2015 Broncos won Super Bowl 50 with a historic defense carrying Peyton Manning. Peyton was 39 years old, his arm was shot, but it didn't matter. Because that defense, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, T.J. Ward, Aqib Talib, Chris Harris Jr., simply didn't let anyone score. And guess what? The 2025 defense is at the same level. According to Pro Football Focus, the Broncos have the third best defense in points allowed, 70.3 per game, and are top 5 in all major categories. Against the Tennessee Titans, they held the offense to -2 net yards in the second half. -2. The team lost yards. Riley Moss, the cornerback many people forget about, played 60 defensive snaps against the Raiders, even coming off an ankle injury. Dondrea Tillman made a crucial interception that changed the momentum of the game. Brandon Jones and Caden Stearns at safety are making plays every week. And Zach Allen. The guy is being underestimated. Ward said Allen could enter the 2015 defensive rotation, and coming from someone who played on that legendary team, that's a huge compliment. Here's where it gets tense. The Broncos have some games coming up that will define the season. Week 11, Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead. Week 15, Green Bay Packers. End of regular season, Los Angeles Chargers. These 3 games are the real test, especially against the Chiefs. Because if the Broncos want to prove they're not just a regular season team, they need to beat Mahomes in Kansas City. Something no team has done consistently in recent years. But here's the devastating detail I promised at the beginning. According to inside sources, and this hasn't been widely reported, Sean Payton is saving specific plays for these games, formations that haven't been shown yet, offensive concepts being practiced behind closed doors. It's the same strategy he used in 2009. When the Saints won the Super Bowl, Payton is known for being a master at holding his cards until games that really matter. And if this is true, the Broncos could explode in production exactly when nobody expects it. One thing Ward said that kept hammering in my head: when we won in 2015, every player in the locker room believed we were going to win every game, no matter how much time was left on the clock. And you know what? This 2025 team has the same energy. After that historic comeback, after winning 7 straight games, this roster has irrational confidence. They know they can turn any game around. That's dangerous for opponents. Because when you play against a team that never gives up, you can't relax. One mistake, one play, and the game flips. The Broncos have proven that time and time again. So, summing it all up, yes, the Denver Broncos have problems. The offense needs to be more consistent. Bo Nix needs to keep evolving. But this defense? It's elite. And with Sean Payton in command, saving his best plays for when it matters, this team is dangerous. Look, I don't know if the Broncos will make it to the Super Bowl this year. But one thing I guarantee, nobody is going to want to face this team in the playoffs. Because when the defense is playing at this level, and you have a quarterback who refuses to lose, anything can happen. And here's the final twist that will leave you thinking. There's a strong rumor circulating in NFL insider circles that the Broncos are eyeing a bombshell trade before the contract deadline, an all-pro wide receiver who could be the missing piece to make this offense explode. I can't name names yet, contractual issues with my sources, but if this happens, it changes everything. Subscribe to the channel now because I'm going to drop that bomb as soon as I can confirm the information. Hit the bell, share this video with all the Broncos fans you know, and leave in the comments, which player do you think should be the Broncos' target? I want to hear all the theories. And look, Broncos Country, we've gone through years of suffering since 2015, 7 losing seasons, frustration, embarrassment. But it seems like finally, the light at the end of the tunnel is appearing. Bo Nix may not be perfect, but he has what it takes. Sean Payton may be stubborn, but he's a winner. And this defense? It's historic. So hold my hand and let's go on this journey together. Because 2025 could be the year Broncos Country returns to the top. And when that happens, when we're at Levi's Stadium hoisting that Lombardi trophy, you'll remember that you saw the building from the beginning, united in orange, always. Go Broncos.